What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Isis, making some ghost buildings to distract the ball here. His name is Kimo. Even after that, he almost loses the villager, though. That is a very, very, very difficult situation to be in there for Kimo. But he does manage to survive. Throwing the dock down over here for Kimo, it's a very... this isn't not the dock you're supposed to go for. The reason being that your opponent can take your fish. So there are two ways to play this. So the first way to play this is to put your dock in the center fish. And the idea being you get these fish straight after it, and you're okay because your opponent here would be putting their dock at best over here to take these fish, and he might get one of your fish over here. Maybe, probably not. But you go here. Now, if your opponent, that's if you're, now if you go all the way at the back and your opponent goes all the way at the front, what you're saying is that your opponent can take these fish, and then these fish, and by the time you finish on these two fish and you're starting to look for extra fish, he's already starting to get these fish back here, and you have to go all the way down here to steal fishing spots, and it starts being really, really bad for you. So Kimo, a little bit of an interesting decision there from Kimo, to say the very least. So now, beyond this, we do see the Kimo with the 5 villages on wood that he likes doing. Personally, I think 4 villages is plentiful here into getting your second dock up here, and then you go into gold, 4 villages on gold. The golden number for Egyptian players is 444. So you do see the battle, sorry, not the battle boars, the boars getting taken out. Now, Matreiuss, on the other hand, he's going to go, oh, he's only going with 3 villages on food, so it's going to be a very, very fast amount of wood income here. Oh, no, he's got 4 villages, so take it all back. Matreiuss playing exactly standard here. There's no point in doing any more than 4 villages at this point in the game because you only need enough food economy to support them and get out all your fishing ships as fast as you possibly can. Generally speaking, we see anywhere between 9 and 12 villagers on wood from our Greek players, and then we go into food, and you try and hit a 5-15 advance, nice and clean. And we'll see what he's going to do. And it looks like he is going for the 9 villages, double storehouse shenanigans. This storehouse also doubles as a storehouse for this gold mine, though you might want to chuck the storehouse up on this gold anyways, because this one's not so good. It's kind of okay, but not really for 7 villages that you want to have it on. Another dock now up for Matreiuss, dock up for Kimo. He's going for both of the back docks as well. I think maybe Kimo's ran into some issues going maybe too far forward with his villagers early, and he's trying to play around that. Like maybe some villagers shanking shenanigans going on, and he just definitely just doesn't want to deal with that. But this reaction here is opening himself up to other issues. But Matreiuss has not really noticed it. And I think if we check out his perspective here, he hasn't scouted it either. He has scouted over here, but he hasn't seen how far back Kimo actually was. So he's not going to be able to take any advantage of it there. We see the temple coming up now. And it might even be a 5-minute advance here from Matreiuss. In fact, he is going for a sub 5-minute advance. I'm not sure if that's exactly right. Normally it's 5:01. I believe, is the right amount of villages. So Matreiuss is 1 villager short here, I think. Had a little bit of idle town center time for his advance. But he's going to get the rest of these fishing ships up. No problems where that's concerned. The big advantage of advancing first to the classical age is simply put getting Poseidon out first. So you get, if you get up 15 seconds before your opponent, you get 15 seconds of Poseidon. That effectively means you've had somewhere between, if you got 18 fishing ships with Poseidon, you're looking at about 1 extra fishing ship per 3 fishing ships, just on average. So an extra 6 fishing ship for 15 seconds. So that's if you get that much of an advantage here. But it's looking like we're going to see around about 30 seconds of advantage here, or 40 seconds of advantage here for Matreiuss on that food economy. All right, so Bast coming through for Kimo. No surprises there. He does have himself 9 villages on gold, which indicates to me that he wants to spam docks. He's going up with 6 docks over here, getting his final fishing ships out, it would seem. Still making 1 or 2 more. No, he is not. We do see, there he is. He's getting them out of here. So we do see the triremes now pushing through for Matreiuss. Did Matreiuss skip Persine? Did I miss that? All right. I mean, I disagree. I think that the amount of damage you can do with early triremes is not as much as the amount of value you gain from getting early Persine, especially when you have 18 fishing ships. If you push off 6 fishing spots on both sides here, you are effectively equaled with your opponent if they have Persine. Think about it that way. Now the Sphinx coming forward for Kimo. He's going to look for some sort of raids. I wouldn't be surprised to see some heroes coming out for Matreiuss here. He's going to be gearing up to get to the Heroic Age himself, so he needs to have his town center clear and make sure he has his Theseus and his Hippolyta coming out. We do see a far second town center for Kimo, which I've always said this is not the way to play water maps at all, because what it ends up happening is you've gone doubly into, you've dipped your hand in the cookie jar twice for economy, and your opponent has not. So not only do you suffer left, right, and center, but you also suffer up and down as well. So you can't go double town center because you're going to get done with the tech. Essentially, the tech hits too hard. So we'll see if Matreiuss is going to be able to hit this at a decent rate, at a decent clip. We'll see what he's going to go for. It looks like he's going for a town center. I mean, it shows what I know. These guys are the best at the game, and they say I'm wrong. That's what they say. And does Kimo have Persine? No, he does not. Both of these players did not prioritize Persine and did not and went for a second town center on a water map. Who knew? Who knew? What can you do? Now Kimo's getting his. Matreiuss is getting his. Shaft mine coming through as well. Gold's going to start stacking up here as well. We do see a cheeky raid coming through for Kimo. Immediate reaction from Matreiuss as he is a very, very speedy boy. But he might still lose a villager as... Oh, there he goes, running back into the town center. And he gets away. Another villager going to start taking the damage. Does Matreiuss have the favor for Hippolyta? Yes, he does. And in fact, we'll start losing a whole bunch of villagers here to the Sphinx as the Theseus coming in, the center coming in, Kimo not paying attention. For some reason, the Sphinx will auto-target the town center instead of moving on to the closest next villager. And in that moment, does end up falling. And sad days where that's concerned. We do see the cabinets now pushing forward as Matreiuss has to retreat back. He's making some trireme into his docks. If he had gone to the Heroic Age here, he would have had Skylar here to defend. But nope. Second town center, and he's not able to do that. And now Kimo gets a whole wave of advantage back because he got the earlier second town center. So he's up on the villages, he's up on the fishing ships, and he is living the dream at this point in the game. Now, not only that, he's going to be able to get a huge prosperity here. Does he have Shaft Mine? No, he does not, but he does have the Relic, Blue Crystal Shard, which does give him, I think it actually gives him a decent bonus on gold economy with Pickaxe. So getting the Shaft Mine only increases it by a little bit. And then once you get Shaft Mine, the Blue Crystal Shard is doing nothing. So it's actually really, really good for Kimo to have had Blue Crystal Shard in this game. So he's actually made a nice pickup there, to be honest. So now we will be probably seeing Prosperity get thrown down by Kimo. Does he have his armory up? Yes, he does. He's got 900 gold left in this gold mine, so it would be time to click it. But he hasn't done so just yet. Matreiuss is going to be able to click up very, very shortly as the cabinets are retreating back home. And the question really comes down to now, which god do you actually want to go here as Poseidon now? It's a bit of a weird weird timing to be going Dionysus, because you're probably not going to hit Thracian horses very hard. There's probably not going to be all too much you can attack. So maybe better to go for Aphrodite in this situation, just so you can get Divine Blood to be able to build a lot faster. Divine Blood being the Aphrodite tech, unique to Aphrodite, which allows your villagers to move faster and build faster. And is very, really important for the late game. So we'll see what Matreiuss is going to pick. Though he might feel it's necessary, as he's actually spammed out a whole bunch of Triumph at the top of the map, he might feel it is necessary for him to go through Dionysus just to hold on to this bottom side of the water with Skylar. But it looks like maybe he doesn't have his armory up just yet. Bit of a mistake there from Matreiuss, as Kimo is already up through Nephthys, and he's got himself 1,000 gold in the bank. This is also another weird position here where, do you actually Ancestors Eclipse your opponent immediately here? I actually think the answer is probably still yes. This position is pretty open. Over here, you hit all these villages. Over here, you could idle a whole bunch of villages. Or do you go for more of a timing attack where you throw down a whole bunch of units and you try and take this town center down? At this point, Kimo is going for his 4th town center over here. Sorry, 3rd town center, excuse me. So you do see these units now making their way in onto this location here. Nice movement of the Hippolyta forward first to tank the town center while the unit's moving underneath the tower. And these villages are going to be hurting just a little bit. And we are actually seeing Dionysus from Matreiuss. So he feels like he needs the Scarlet to hold on to the water. Makes perfect sense. There is also a free Leviathan for Kimo that he could be using, but has not chucked it up yet. We see the marker coming down for Kimo. Very, very slow and methodical play. Very Kimo-esque. And the Hippolyta getting taken down there. Dead Hippolyta. Very good. Migdol Stronghold coming up for Kimo now as well. So we do see the Toxotes coming in. It does Matreiuss have some sort of an inkling of what's going on here? It looks like he does, but there are a couple of spearmen out. The priest as well might be enough here to say, get out of here. And in the end of the day, the Migdol gets up. And these Toxotes get a little bit of value, but they do not deny the Migdol. And now Kimo's got access to this whole top side of the map. Oh, spicy ceasefire here from Matreiuss, realizing, yeah, probably not going to utilize ceasefire any other time in this game. Instead, going to attempt to get to the Mythic Age here as fast as he possibly can. He's got the resources to do so, and maybe go Hephaestus. But I mean, what else is going to happen here? He has no units out. He's got buildings. He's starting to spam them down everywhere. I don't see a market up anywhere just yet. Oh, he did it! He killed the deer! Yeah, he only got 2 heads, but this is unlucky because there's a very low amount of deer on this map. Sometimes you can get like 8 deer on the map, but this is only a 4 deer map. Unless, let me see, there's one more over here. But he did it! Let's go! Let's go! I have made change! I have effected change! Yes! Living the absolute dream. Ancestors Eclipse getting thrown down here as the units are going to be pushing in. Only 4 because of Lure. True. Could be 5. But now, essentially Matreiuss just pulling back here. He does have double heroes out, so he should be able to take down these minions not too badly. And he's going to get his upgrades pretty quickly as well. He basically can just trade this away, and he's got decent economy now as well. So he's in kind of an okay position, I would say, even after losing all these units. Kimo has a bit of an advantage, but he hasn't actually managed to make anything from it. 20 seconds left of Ancestors as the heroes are getting taken down. These villagers do have to be a little bit safe here. What's Matreiuss spend all his gold on there? On something. Looks like Matreiuss is going to just decide to stay in the heroic age a little bit longer. As the villagers getting taken out, getting pulled back, jumping into the town center as fast as they can. But in the end of the day, the minions do fall. No dead villagers. The gold mine is expired though. And we have kind of split this map into 2 large gold mines apiece here. Over here and over here. We'll see how that's all going to go. So we do see Kimo going to try and circle around this side. The poor HYDRA. And now, after one failed use of HYDRA, not bringing that one back into the fight, we will inevitably never see Matreiuss do this ever again. Oh, dear me. He sent it over here. He kills the deer and then he loses the Hydra on the deer. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I was so happy and now I'm so sad. What can you do? Villagers getting pushed off by a little bit of a raid here. The chariot archers coming in, doing their thing. Hippocon over here, trading into those spearmen. Completely fine. We still do not see Thracian horses, so it's not yet a decent trade for these heavy Hippocon against the spearmen. Once Thracian horses comes in, starts being okay, especially if you've got some more armor upgrades in the copper in the mail department, getting the hack armor up. But in this moment, we'll probably start seeing some military academies getting dropped to make some Hypaspist as well to deter mass spearmen from being a thing. Osiris going to be coming through as well for Kimo. There's a world here where going through Thoth is actually not as crazy as you think. The idea being that there's no ceasefire remaining. The meteor push with Migdol spam over here, with elephants to come through to take this fortified town center down and kick off of these two gold mines is the main idea here for going Thoth. But it is more all in than going for Osiris, though Osiris is not going to be able to push off these gold mines very easily at all. So I guess we don't get to see what the Thoth would actually end up doing, but Kimo's chucking Migdol strongholds up nonetheless, dealing with these buildings and doing everything else. We do see the Hippocon now going to be circling in here. They do have themselves copper mail and copper weapons. City of the Dead coming through for Kimo as his Mythic Age has been hit, and Matreiuss still going to be in the Classical Age. Sorry, not the Classical Age, the Heroic Age. It would seem as he's pushing through, he does still have himself Bronze. So Bronze is going to be a big god power spike, as we do see the Son of Osiris getting maybe caught out here. He's not going to be able to catch up to that one there, as the Hippocon take a ton of damage there from the first lightning bolt strike of said Son of Osiris. And the Hippocon retreat back. Going to look for something else to target. Coinage coming through for Kimo as his trade route's going to start getting set up. He's getting it over on this side of the map. We do see classic Matreiuss raids here. He's got himself heavy trireme as well, so these trireme are a little bit more brutal than the average trireme. Not only that, he's able to raid a little bit of this gold mine to be max annoying. But this fight with the Bronze Hippocon doing a ton of damage. Here. Son of Osiris. Oh, little bird getting taken out there by Son of Osiris. It's always pretty funny. At this point, it's looking like Kimo's really struggling to just produce units. He's got tons of wood in the bank. Obviously, that's a big mistake from Kimo. He should have gone heavy onto farms if he was going for full spearmen here, but he hasn't done that yet. He can sell, if we check out how much it costs, you can sell that wood that he's got, that excess wood, build a whole bunch of farms, get himself husbandry, plow, irrigation. But not going to happen in this game, it seems. He's just going to go all in on these chariot archers against the Hippocon, trying to make the spearmen out when he can. The towers coming up on this position, obviously being the real counter to the Hippocon, is Crenellation towers. We don't see Crenellation coming through for Kimo. And a big reason why Kimo's food is so low here is this raid that Matreiuss has pulled while this is all going on. And honestly, losing this Migdol would be absolutely disastrous for Kimo, because this gold mine is max important right now, as Kimo's trying to get himself up to the trade route that he needs to stay alive. As well, I mean, for both players, it's max important, and this gold mine here is arguably less well placed than Kimo's. So Matreiuss is not exactly happy with this gold mine, and the big problem here for Matreiuss is he hasn't started a trade route. And we do see a great comment from the Twitch chat. Why is Red not making villages or trade with all of that food? I don't know, Red. Why aren't you making villages or trade with all that food? I don't know. Sometimes you make mistakes. Do we have the crenellations up just yet? No, we do not. And now Kimo is able to start making a serious attempt at taking this town center down. And losing this town center is effectively game over for Matreiuss, because losing this town center means losing this gold mine, having 0 villagers on gold, plus 0 trade is game ending. But we do see, while this is all going on, a huge raid onto Kimo's villages here. And again, Kimo just does not have the farms up just yet. How is his farming economy going? He's got himself plow and husbandry. He doesn't even have irrigation yet. So he's plowing. So his farm economy is really, really bad here. Now we do see these Hippocon coming in. Do we have crenellations? We don't have crenellations, so these Hippocon are completely fine to sit underneath these towers, but now it is going to be coming through. The catapult's going to get taken down very, very quickly against these Hippocon, as the Hippocon circling around the back as well. But in the end of the day, the Son of Osiris is so strong against cavalry, because he does hack damage. 60 damage a shot versus the 18% hack armor. It's a lot of damage that these Hippocon are all going to be taking every single shot here. But while this is going on, Matreiuss has managed to push through Kimo's army and somehow, some way, putting Kimo in the dirt, and he's not able to stay alive here. He's still got this gold mine operation. He's still got his trade route. His economy is struggling mightily here. These heavy terrain just hanging back. Could pick it here and take out those fishing ships as well. We did see, while this is all going on, more fishing ships of Kimo are falling as his multitasking is not up to par here. Obviously, it's a lot easier to raid or do these side raids with a few units than it is to defend. But that's what separates the ridiculously good players like the Viper, or in Age of Empires 2, or like Hera from everyone else, or the Mister even, from everyone else, is their ability to react to those raids and stay alive completely. We do see all the villagers now moving over onto this gold mine, as Kimo is going to be able to he will have a very good idea that he needs to push in here. But he's just not able to, as Matreiuss is just full spam here, full Hippocon, still no trade route, still nothing. We see an attempted market over here for Matreiuss in the most Matreiuss position ever, but the 3 chariot archers of Kimo come over here and say, no, get out of here. You're not allowed a market. Not allowed a market at all, which is absolutely good play there from Kimo, as he's still struggling to produce up to full pop. Matreiuss, too, is struggling to produce here, as we are seeing the units moving out of position here. The Son of Osiris might be able to get sniped out. Kimo is not paying attention. He's trying to deal with everything else. Nice pullback marker there from Matreiuss. Completely shuts down the Son of Osiris there. That was absolutely huge. One moment of lapse there from Kimo. He's trying to move away his screen, trying to fix his economy or something. Ends up with half his army in the middle of the map. His Son of Osiris falls. And now Matreiuss has got an absolute fighting chance to push through this array of buildings here and continue in this game. Though he still hasn't started his trade route. There's a way to even build a trade route down this side of the map. We see more fishing ships are going to be built. We've got some ramming galleys here for Kimo to push back, as these heavy Hippocon of Matreiuss are now full bronze. You very, very rarely see a player go up to full bronze in the heroic age, and it is absolutely working for Matreiuss in this game. The problem is going to be 2,500 gold left, and 0 trade route has been constructed here for Matreiuss. So it's a battle of attrition here. Can Kimo hold on? If Kimo can hold on, he's going to be able to win this game just by the fact he's going to keep building units, even if they are not trading too well. He's going to be able to win these fights, and Matreiuss is not going to be able to reproduce anything. But he has started his trade route now. Where is the market? The market is here. And effectively, at this point in the game, with 2,000 gold, 1,500 gold left, you need like 4 markets up, and you need all of that trade to be coming out instantly here to be okay. As the Hippocon retreating away, and we'll see if Matreiuss can figure out a way to stay alive in this game and keep his gold income coming through, or if he's going to fall victim to the dreaded gold starve. There is a little bit of gold left in this gold mine as well, so maybe Matreiuss can push around and take that to delay the inevitable. But even so, while this is all going on, it's seemingly looking like Matreiuss' army is consistently destroying Kimo's army, and Kimo's now building mercenary cavalry though, which, I mean, it doesn't even matter if you've got all the upgrades in the world. These have already got tons of upgrades themselves. You can see 27% armor, well, 28% armor, why not? And then you've got 217 HP. Well, I've got 247 HP, and yes, they do die after a certain period of time, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but point being, they survived for a very, very long time. Kimo, 140 population of 169 here, 160 of 160 for Matreiuss, as he is still trying to push through, trying to find some sort of an advantage. You see the villagers getting pulled off this gold mine here as the Hippocon coming in. Matreiuss will see this as an opportunity here. With 2,000 gold left, this is definitely a position that Matreiuss is going to want to take. Champion Spearman coming through for Kimo, though. This is going to be a bit of a turning point for the Spearman, and he still doesn't have any more upgrades for them. He needs to get that hack armor for sure, but once he gets Champion Spearman, it's going to be a bit of a different story. Even with bronze, these Hippocons start falling pretty badly here. So you do see some random catapult getting taken out here. There must have been 3 catapults in a dead siege tower there. Siege works, and that's going to be a big win for Matreiuss to take that out, as the villagers have been pulled off this gold mine, but the Spearman going to be able to help take out the Hippocon as the Chariot Archer's hanging in here. They're trying to retreat back, but there is a Scorpion Man here that might decide to attack, but instead decided to just body block and do nothing. Anyways, that's the way the cookie crumbles. The gold mine has expired here. We see another stable coming up. And Matreiuss has got himself 800 gold in the bank, 0 gold remaining, eating all of the berries on this map. The donkey caravans are getting taken down here, as well as Kimo, very, very aware of what sort of a position Matreiuss is in, but maybe not aware of what sort of position he's in, but he's able to start trading nicely. We still haven't seen any attempt to transition into even hoplite or anything else. So it's just mass Hippocon all game long. Feels good. The Chariot Archer's taking these guys down as they get in the way. Mercenary cavalry all falling in this position as well. So the villagers moving back up here. Matreiuss is going to be able to click up to the Mythic age here. The question really becomes, should he? And he... Ooh, Artemis. Why? Misclick? Has to be. Has to be a misclick. Maybe the idea is to Earthquake here to make sure he can control this location here. I would have thought that the Plenty Vault, give you roughly 3 villages on gold, would be a very big help at this point, but it's looking like Matreiuss is just not able to support his army production anymore, and now the donkey caravans are in an awful position. He still hasn't come over here and secured this corner, which he could have had ages ago, and this is really, really bad for Matreiuss. He's going to be losing these donkey caravans, potentially even before they drop the gold off. More donkey caravans are popping out here. Do you see a heavy Hippocon falling? So these units are all getting taken out. Chariot Archers rolling in here, trying to take these Toxotes down. The Spearmen doing their thing. You see the donkey caravan falling over here as well. And all the upgrades now starting to come in for Kimo, as he has kind of found his footing in this game. Just about to overtake the score of Matreiuss. The watchtowers coming up here. There is still going to be an earthquake. But Matreiuss 126 of 160 population. He's deleted his markets. The trade is going to be going from this market over here. We do see a Migdol stronghold coming up in the corner, as well as Kimo is so smart, so actively aware of his win condition at this point in the game. Sniping out those villages as well. They're falling there. And the Mythic Age is through for Matreiuss, but where does he earthquake? There's nowhere to earthquake. There's nowhere to use that. He does have the potential for making more Chimera, but he's got no gold income. So what's he going to do with it? As the Chimera is going to be pushing in. These Pharaoh is here as well, ready to help empower these guard towers, I'm sure, to get them up as fast as he possibly can. There goes the Chimera there, getting big amounts of damage done, but getting pulled back away from the Pharaoh just a little bit. The Toxotes are here as well. Chariot Archers coming back over here to help out. We do have 25 donkey caravans through for Matreiuss now, but he's got no coinage. We see the earthquake onto this position just outside of range. of this Monument to the Pharaohs. And in the end, it looks like the Migdol Stronghold survives, and very, very little value there from an Earthquake. And in that moment, Matreiuss does tap out, not able to make the all-in Dionysus work here. The Hippocon just not enough, simply because Matreiuss ran out of gold here, ran out of steam, did not secure his trade route. If he'd secured his trade route over here, he went through Hephaestus, he's in a completely fine position right now. But without that trade route, there's just nothing that he can do anymore. And Kimo gets away with it yet again with his Isis on Anatolia. When will someone stop this madman? He's been stopped before, but not in this moment. GG, well played by Kimo, good win. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you guys are on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.